What's up, guys? Just thought I would hop on really quick here because I didn't have much else going on today to discuss something going on Twitter these days that you see all the time with me and all my buddies. The classic game of how would you open? And I tweeted this out yesterday. Let me get my other screen up here really quick. Boom, there we go. Yeah, I tweeted this out yesterday that the gorgeous woman Taylor Swift herself is single, back on the market. Send her my way. I'll take good care of her. We'll have tons of fun. We'll make beautiful music together. Yes, indeed. So if you guys ever see this on Twitter all the time, and another thing as well is I haven't done one of these Tales of the Game podcasts in a while. It's been like 4 months or something. It's been a while. I've been very busy. I've been traveling a bunch, all that good stuff, doing stuff with the OGC. And I will be in Europe in 2 weeks here. I will be flying over there, so I'll be cruising around and having a good time for a couple of weeks. But anywho, just wanted to get back into do some more regular content here, aside from Man's Hour, of course, which is like the premiere one. But anywho, so you'll see this all the time. If you follow me on Twitter, you follow any of the other guys I associate with on Twitter, you will see this classic question. We'll find any random looking girl on Twitter and we'll just quote tweet it with the caption, "How would you open?" And this goes back to a very old, game tactic and practicing that was done on the old Red Pill forums back in the day and still lives on to this day. And every single time, no matter what happens, basically it gets broken up into 3 categories essentially of guys that respond to this, and it's basically just an exercise of, okay, say you find Taylor Swift or any other girl, it doesn't matter who it is, you find this chick at a bar or on the street or whatever, and we just play the game. Okay, how would you open? How do you go and do your cold approach? What do you say? How do you break the ice? How do you start the conversation? It's just a complete thought exercise, nothing else attached to it. But anytime you tweet this out, there's going to be 3 kinds of guys that respond to this. The first one are the guys that actually play along with the game, actually know what's going on, and will actually respond with, an opener. Sometimes it'll be funny, sometimes it'll be crafty, sometimes it'll be really good, whatever it is. Okay. The second category of guys that respond to this are the guys that just go immediately into, dunking on the chick, trying to be like this total like asshole guy because they read like 2, Rational Male articles back in the day and they think they're like red pill or some bullshit, and so these are the kinds of guys that will go like, oh my God, like the chick is a bitch, like fuck you, you ain't got no eggs, stupid stuff like that. That's never gonna work. Okay. And then you've got the third category of guys, which are arguably even worse than the previous category. And the third category of guys are the guys that just insist on commenting on all of these posts every time. And you'll actually see this. We're going to go through these comments here in a second. But every single time, there's going to be some guy somewhere that has to tweet out at this caption says, I would never even approach. I wouldn't even see this chick. Just disqualifying the girl somehow right away. Like, oh, I wouldn't approach her. She's used up. She's been with other men, whatever it is, somehow trying to rationalize and come into the game and just basically fuck it up for everybody else by, saying something stupid. So let's go through some of these here and I'll explain exactly, how we're going. Let's see here. All right. Scrolling down, obviously very good looking woman, blonde hair, just exactly what I like, yeah, come my way, Taylor. I'll take good care of you. We can make beautiful music together. We got our good friend, Mr. Sambatch coming in here, but this was funny, because yes, as you guys know, I like tall women, big fan of them. So send them my way, Sandy. I'll take good care of them. All right, here we go. Start breaking down some of these things. Here we go. Liquid Swan. Good answer. Looking for new material. As we all know, Taylor Swift has plenty of songs about breakups and all this kind of stuff. Fine opener. No problems with this. He's playing the game, good on Liquid Swan. He knows what's up here. All right. Chesty, again, coming in, need some inspiration. Easy, no problem. By the way, if you guys are looking for somebody to follow on Twitter, Rule Zero Dad, Chesty's got some amazing stuff. He's done some fantastic work in this space for a very long time, and he knows his shit, specifically on, married red pill and stuff like that. He's very, very good guy to listen to. So go follow him on Twitter. He's a sharp guy. Here we go. Another one. This Wallflower guy. Want to write another number 1 hit. Totally fine. These are fine. It's just a game. We're just exercising. We're having fun with it. Okay, you meet her in the bar. You see this girl. You say something funny. You say something witty to try and start a conversation to, start your interaction and get going on with that and see where it goes from there. There's nothing too fancy about this stuff. These are all completely acceptable, totally fine. Probably wouldn't work, but that's not the point. The point isn't for us to, say like, oh man, this is like the best way to do this and this is 100% going to work. It's not what it is. All right. We're just here playing the game, having some fun, doing some brainstorming, swapping notes, kind of like what the space is all supposed to be about. All right. Let's keep going down here. All right. Here we go. Here is one of the ones that falls into one of the other categories that we were discussing about. What force of nature or will of God is forcing me to get anywhere near it? All right, this isn't as bad. There's definitely some worse ones in here that you guys will be seeing shortly as we scroll down here. All right, I mean, again, what really is the point of you responding to, this prompt with this response here? Okay, like, why are you typing this? You're not playing the game, so why even bother, participating in it? It's like when people first get like red pilled on politics and they just like have to proclaim to the entire world like their political views at like a party or something where it's just not social savvy to start doing this stuff. Alrighty, let's keep going on here. Yeah, so it's like if you're not going to play it, then don't talk about it. All right, here we go here. I'm assuming this is like a lyric from a Taylor Swift song that I'm not familiar with here, but yeah, totally acceptable. As a matter of fact, you're getting a like. Oh shit, go back. As a matter of fact, you're getting a like for that. There you go. You're playing the game. Good work. Again, this is like kind of tongue in cheek. What that mouth do? I mean, it's okay. It's kind of in the vein of what we're trying to do here. So I'm not going to knock this guy too much for that at all. Let's carry on here. Good friend of the channel, the governor here coming in. Do I need to say it? This is amazing. So governor's got this long running joke. If you guys aren't familiar with this is of course Shao Kahn, one of the villains from the Mortal Kombat series. And there's this fantastic, hilarious line in one of the new movies, or new video games, sorry, where one of his intros is like one of the female characters. He's like, "You will join my concubines," and Governor's got a little sound drop on his streams that he uses sometimes. So it's like, do I need to say it? And so anytime when we're playing this, how would you open game? He just responds like a picture of Shao Kahn and says, "You will join my concubines." It's hysterical. Again, we're having fun with this. We're not taking this too seriously. We're not being super internet autists about this. We're not dunking on this chick. Immediately calling her like a 304 or a hoe or used up or roasty or any of these other things. We're just here having fun, just swapping notes, talking guy stuff. All right. Now, yeah, I was waiting for it. Yeah, of course, because, inside joke, very funny. Good stuff. Governor's a good guy. Culture Warriors, we're doing an episode tomorrow on Jack Napier's channel, so take a look at that. All right, here we go. This is like the first one right here that's actually a problem. Why are you saying this? Tell her she's got 3 to 4 good years left at best. Okay. Okay, so let's first break down what possesses somebody to think this way. First of all, it's like, okay, have everybody, who's involved in like the red pill space and figures out like the nature between men and women, all these things. Yes, we do know that Taylor Swift, being in her early 30s, is going to have a significantly harder time, conceiving a child and all this kind of stuff. It's obviously true. And do you know what? We all know that as well, but you don't see us dunking on people about it all the time, talking about this all the time because we've internalized it. It doesn't need to be said. This isn't the exercise we're doing right now. We're talking about approaching this girl. How do you know this? Like seeing this girl from across the bar. You just see a girl. How do you know like how old she is right off the bat by looking at her? You don't know necessarily. You can get a general idea, but you don't need to go crazy about this. Like this is never going to work for you as an approach. So it's like, then you're saying this, okay. There's kind of like two responses, like two thought processes of why you're saying this. Number one being like kind of like a save a bro kind of thing. It's like, or save a hoe, sorry. It's like, oh, okay, I want to explain to this girl, she's got a limited amount of time left and she really needs to get going. And I'm going to swoop in and hopefully she's going to, rationally, think in her female brain somehow that I'm the guy who's trying to save her. And therefore she's going to reward me with some boon, and of course that is absolutely not how it works at all. This is nonsense. You can't save the modern women, guys. They're going to do what they're going to do. This is the consequences of living under a gynocracy. They are going to continue to do, the extremely destructive things in their lives. And you just literally have to sit back, relax, and watch the car crash go on outside because you're in no position to fix any of these things. You're in no position to change the political system we're living under right now. You're in no position to change the whole media apparatus, the social media apparatus, all the incentives that women have to basically continue on this gravy train of, I'm going to party, I'm going to waste my time, waste my fertile years, go get a career, just ruin my life, which we all know is true. but it's not our position to fix them. You can't do it, and you're going to drive yourself insane doing it as well. So you can't be saving these girls. It's just not possible. It's not the game that we're playing here. So your job is to basically enjoy yourself in the best way you can. You can either not participate, which is totally fine. I got no issues with that. You can not participate in the degeneracy or anything like that. There's no issues there. But don't come into these sections trying to, tone police all the other men in these, comment sections when we're trying to have fun here. It's not productive. It just makes you look like, it just makes you look gay. You're just coming in and screwing up, this fun conversation all the rest of the guys are having, and we're trying to have some fun here. And you're like that guy, who's at the party and everybody else is drinking, and you're the kind of guy, who just has to flaunt in front of everybody else that you're, X amount of years sober. It's like, well, then why are you putting yourself in that position in the first place? Why are you going to this like kind of party? Why are you in these comments if you're not going to participate? Like, it's not for you. Don't inject yourself into something that's not for you and screw everything else up. So yes, do not be doing this kind of stuff. Nonsense. All right, courage not despair. I don't have as much money as you, but can I buy you a drink? I mean, at least he's trying. Not a good answer. Not very good. I don't know why you would ever open with like a disqualifier like that, saying I don't have as much money as you. Like immediately, like when you do an approach with a girl and you are giving her ammunition to disqualify you, it's just a bad idea. This is why I know like some guys, like when they do approaches, I know Troy Francis actually is pretty big on this. Like when he does like a cold approach or something, he'll kind of like put his hand out in front of the girl, like when he's walking about, and say, "Oh, I'm sorry for interrupting you," kind of stuff. Like I kind of disagree with that a little bit, but Troy's like the more of an expert on this subject than even I am. But again, different strokes for different folks. I don't really like doing the disqualifying right away, saying, "Oh, I'm sorry for coming up here," or like, "Hey, pardon me." I don't really care for that much, but that's just me. Pleb of reason here. Now this is funny. He made a meme out of this, taking a ruler, attaching it to her ass, something like that, to say like, yeah, I don't know about this. You know what? That's actually funny. We're having a good time with this. This is in the spirit of, the game and everything like this. So I'm enjoying this. Obviously, because he can't, just go up to this girl and like take a ruler to her right away. When he's doing a cold approach, he's being farcical. He's being funny, so this is good. As a matter of fact, you're getting a like for that. That's funny. It's in the spirit of it. I enjoy it. Liquid Swan coming in again. We have a lot of work to do. Of course, Pierce Brosnan being a fan of his, chunkier girls, of course. So very funny. Here we go. The biggest culprit of them all, pretty much. I wouldn't. Again, why are you participating then? Why are you coming into this conversation just immediately opening? Because number one, we know you're lying. That's the other thing. Like Taylor Swift is an extremely attractive woman, very cute, blonde hair, gorgeous face, good figure, very tall, all that good stuff. All right. Why? You're just lying. We know you're lying. You're coming in here and saying, "Oh, I wouldn't." Like, shut the fuck up. You absolutely would. If you saw this chick in a bar, you'd be looking at her just like everybody else. And if you had the balls, you'd go up and talk to her, if you didn't know who she is, obviously. So don't be lying to me, coming in my comment section and fucking everything up here, moron. So again, stop doing this crap. Stop coming in here and saying, "Oh, I wouldn't." Oh, any of this crap. Let's move on here. Again, the same vein as a lot of other people. Can I give you inspiration for a song? Good stuff. This guy, "Hi, I'm Pascal. How are you?" I mean, again, like this is in the nature of, the game, even though this isn't very good. I like this though. Like at the end, it says like, "And you are." This is actually kind of funny. I mean, it's literally Taylor Swift, one of the most famous women in the world. So yeah, this is kind of funny. I like this. Here we go. A guy tweeting an empty egg carton. Again, why are you ever doing this crap? This is nonsense. Why are you going in here just dunking on some random chick in the middle of the internet? It's, my God, this is, you guys, why are you dunking on random women on the internet? Why are you wasting your time paying attention to what they're doing? Okay, so yeah, she's low on eggs. Who cares? It's not your responsibility. It's not your problem. That's her issue to deal with. Get yours, get in, get out. We're not here to, be saving girls. That's not our MO here. You should really only be caring about like the women that are directly within your orbit in your life. The women that you choose to spend your time with, the women that you choose to, pursue, to date, to sleep with, those are the ones you should be concerning yourself with, not random ones online, not stupid ones that go on like White Claw, Power Hour, Fresh and Fit podcast or the whatever podcast or any of that bullshit, trying to dunk on random women online. That doesn't serve you in any way. It's not going to get you anywhere, in this space and actually get you to the mental framework where you need to be at. So don't be doing it. It's stupid. You notice you'll never see me doing this, and many of the other guys I associate with on Twitter. It's like we point out, like issues with women and a wider context to kind of like wake guys up to like the issues on a grand scale, not like the individual people. Like we'll point out like things like how it's futile to be arguing with women, or it's ridiculous for you to be trying to dunk on women randomly online or something like this. That's what we're trying to prove or show to you guys when we're having interactions with the females online. But you'll never see like myself or Ryan or our good friend here, Jad of Arabia. Good to see you, my man. Of course. Yeah, you'll never see any of us out here on Twitter just tweeting like empty egg cartons at women, like Stefan Molyneux style. It's not our business to be taking care of these girls. They're gonna do what they're gonna do, and I'm never gonna meet them. So why do I care? Like if they waste their lives away, that's not my problem. I got way more important things to be worrying about in my time in my life than what some random girl from across the country is saying on some stupid ass podcast. Who fucking cares? Move on with your day. Let's see, going on here. I like this, Carlo. Yeah. A little too wordy, like for an approach, but I get it. I like it. It's funny. It's in the spirit of the game. Again, like it's literally Taylor Swift, one of the most famous people in the world. This is funny. I like this. Good work. Marks out of 10. Nice job. Kid Ace, that's hilarious. I know he's a Taylor Swift fan, so he just goes up and says, "I love you." Very funny. He's a good kid. He and I met up in Vegas last year. That was a fun time. Let's see. Yep. Again, empty egg carton. Like, why do you bother with this? Also, like, who are these 9 fools that are liking this too? It's like, again, why are we trying to dunk on random women? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, ain't nobody got time for holding women accountable. I agree. We're busy out there in our actual lives, doing things here. Let's see. Moving on here. This is all right. No, this is kind of funny too. Just like Larry David, like just immediately like pulling down the pants too. It's like, yeah, it's a joke. Which is again, like if you guys don't know about like the essence of comedy is taking something to the nth degree. It's like one of the jokes that people always say is like if you guys have seen Monty Python, The Holy Grail, like when they're talking about like what floats in water and all the stupid villagers are listing, a bunch of things that would never float in water. One of the guys says like very small rocks. That's funny. Because it's taken to the nth degree. Now, if a guy was like sitting there, like in your English class, like back at school, and the teacher asked like what floats in water, and some kid like answered on a test, very small rocks, you'd think he's an absolute idiot. But the thing is, like, it's about your delivery, it's about your timing, all that good stuff, and taking it to the nth degree is basically the essence of comedy. And this is why this is pretty funny. So good for you. Again, in the same vein, don't care if you write a song about me. Nice, good work. Totally fine with this. Be your next blank space. I don't know. Maybe that's another Taylor Swift lyric that I'm not familiar with, but yeah, again, good, very fine. Again, just in the spirit of the game. Good work. Let's see. You ready to write the album of your career? Yeah, again, see, good work. Get another like. Nice work. Just funny stuff. Playing along. You belong with me. Yeah, Johann Schultz. Nice. Yeah, that's an old T Swift song. I haven't really listened to much of Taylor Swift stuff in a couple of years. I mean, back in her country music days, obviously, she was, like number one. But yeah, nowadays, not so much, unfortunately. Again, how many eggs are left in the carton? Why? Why are we doing this? Why are we saying these things? It's not productive. No, bad. If I could like dislike, I'd like do a dislike. I know this is, again, taking it kind of like to the nth degree. I think let me go back to this. Yeah, DOA responded to this. You're a keeper, lol. It's funny when DOA comes in my comment section sometimes and sees the guys out here, saying their horrible things. It's funny. Like the women in our spaces, they're watching. They're out there sometimes. They're keeping an eye on us. So yeah, it's funny. Chloroform and zip ties. All right, this is funny. I'm a drug addict. I've got nothing going on. I live in a wardrobe. Things aren't good. Again, taking it to the nth degree, and this is like kind of funny because you actually will see guys like this that will go, and just absolutely slay Boone, and they basically got absolutely nothing going on. They couch serve, they're disheveled, they look like shit, but they still, slay like crazy, man, because they got the attitude, they got the thing that they want. Aaron Clary calls it T rash. They're T rash. Let's see here. Had a good laugh seeing the reactions from. Oh, okay, this isn't it. This is just a guy talking about here. Not important. Let's see here. Oh wait. Oh, we're gonna come back to this guy later because he's he's the subject of the whole reason why I'm doing this today, because he's the special kind of terrible at this. Um, Zipkey, shake this off. Yeah, that's kind of funny. Yeah, that's funny too. Good lyric. Cold Bug, absolutely hilarious account to follow. Funny enough, he's a guy who's in the manosphere circles and in the AA sphere as well, and he's a really funny guy to follow on Twitter as well. He's got some very good jabs. So let's see. I'll let you know if I bump into real and all situational. Act like it goes. Yeah. That's a good one too. Yeah, sometimes we really just ignore like the most popular women in the room. Things will work out for you. So yeah, for sure. Take a look at the chat here. Yeah, absolutely 100% right, Mish. Yeah. In a world full of creeps and crazy people, being a normal, charming fellow goes a long way. That is 100% true. You would not believe it. That would get you very, very far. Just being a pleasant guy who's not an internet autist, will carry you very, very far. And you see this all the time with like the absolute morons, like the masculinity accounts on Twitter that will like do like approaches on like dating apps, and the caption would just be like, "What's up, woman?" or whatever, "Hey, bitch," or whatever like this. It's like, stop. Why you like? Who gave you the permission to talk that way to like a random ass person online? Come on, man. Be charming. Be polite. Like obviously, don't let people walk all over you and everything like this, and get yours first. But you don't need to be going out of your way to be dunking on random people like this. It's absurd. All right, here we go. Again, English loyalist. Come on, man. Why would you even date her after so many men? Find someone better. Where did we say in the caption of this tweet? Scroll back up at the top. Let's go over this again. Where is there any mention on this at all of dating, marrying, anything at all about this girl? There's nothing. There's literally nothing here. Also, how are you going to detect that if you randomly see this girl in the bar? How many dates she's had? How many men she's been with? How like her longest relationship? How do you know this kind of stuff? Like, this is absurd. This is ridiculous. Find someone better. Like, dude, it's literally Taylor Swift, like one of the most attractive women in the world. All of us would bang. All of us would. If you wouldn't, you're lying, and I have no patience for it. So again, why is this comment here? They're unbelievable. Our good friend Jack Napier, like I mentioned, Culture Warriors tomorrow on Jack's channel. So go watch that. Beyonce should have won, of course, calling back to the classic, Kanye West moment, of course. Yep, another album about toxic relationships. Good. It's another good one. No, bad. Like, no, I'm not going to read that. Mandrill coming in using BAP quotes, the classic Claire Lehman BAP quote about anal sex. I still can't believe that this happened. This happened on Twitter. Coming up on 2 years ago. Yeah, March 31st, 2021. Yeah, 2 years ago. Yeah, God, I remember when that happened. That made so many rounds on Twitter back when that was happening. It was one of the weirdest things. Just like, yeah, one of the heads at Quillette was just talking about anal sex with Bronze Age pervert. What a strange time to be alive, man. Let's see. Keep moving on here. Again, it's a shame you're too old for kids. You're cute. It's like, come on, dude. Like, no one is ever saying that when they're walking into a bar. So why are you trying to get, likes and points from other sexless dorks on the internet, making fun of this girl that you're never going to meet, and you would never say that to her face. It's like, no, why are you saying this? This is like these guys like fake being alphas online. It's like, oh yeah, I only date 9s and 10s, bro. And the chicks, they cook my food for me at all hours of the day, and I don't have to do anything, and I can sleep with any woman I want, and they still remain loyal to me, and they've got tattoos of me on their ass. It's like, shut the fuck up. We know you're lying. Stop. That's nonsense. Yeah, Kanye West joke. That's funny. All right, there we go. All right. So back to our guy here. This clown, who is let's see, modern love sage, 7,000 followers, blue check, one of these Twitter let's see, yeah, here we go, exactly, one of these Twitter alpha gurus. Wonderful. There's no shortage of these guys. God, look at this jackass. There's no shortage of these clowns out and about here. His name is Ed. That's hilarious. Nice work, Alex. All right, so one of these clowns, these accounts that is just going on here all the time. Modern love sage. Wait, let's go back here. What does he say? Helping you craft enchanting relationships. Oh boy, here we go. We're gonna learn some stuff from this guy right here. Girls with a high notch count of low self-esteem, unhealthy relationships, and make bad decisions. They jump from one guy to another in the hope that sex with a new guy will make their misery go away, but all aggravate the issue. All right, again, why are you going out of your way to, save the woman? It's not your business. Actually, I don't know what's on this guy's account. I'm gonna get off of it. I don't know what the next thing is going on here. Oh, actually, you know what? Here's another thing I just noticed here. Um, March 2022, uh, 780 tweets, 7,000 followers. Yeah, this guy's buying. This guy's got bots, which is funny too because as we'll go over in a bit here, a bunch of the tweets he was saying in this thread here were spammed by a bunch of bots and liked almost instantly. So that should tell you something. But anywho, going on here. So this guy, I wouldn't. I don't invest time and energy into women that have fornicated with loads of men in the past. There's that big word we all love, fornicated. Oh my God, just screaming from the mountaintops. What an absolute tool. Let's see here. So again, like I was saying before, why are you making this comment in my thread here? Why are you coming in here with a very simple, breakdown conversation that we're having that we do all the time on Twitter? How would you open? And this guy says, I wouldn't. I don't invest time and energy into women that have fornicated with loads of men in the past. It's like, okay, again, do you know this woman's whole sexual history? No, you do not. Should you care about this woman's whole sexual history? Probably not, because, the chick, here's another thing the guys like really, really struggle with in this space, especially when they're first getting into it. They think that somehow they have no control over what goes on in their own life, and all the agency has to be put on the women for some stupid ass reason. You get this all the time from guys saying like, oh, modern women are hoes and modern women are this and modern women are that. It's like, is that true? Yeah, it could be to an extent. Depends on the girl. Is it happening in higher frequency than it has in the past? Yeah, there's definitely arguments that could be made for that. Are the women of today the ones that they were 50, 60, 100 years ago? No, they are not. There are arguments that could be made for this. We all understand this. We all know this. But you don't see us dunking on them all the time on Twitter because it's not our responsibility to go and take after them and go and save them, all right, from their own decisions. It's not our business. Our business is to put into relationships what we want and get out of it what we want. If you want to have a relationship with this girl, that's your prerogative. That's your responsibility. That's your choice. You are the guy. You lead the interaction. You have the relationship as your, bargaining chip, so to speak, in this, seduction dance. Okay. This is where your leverage is. You give out the relationship. You give out your time. You give out your effort. Okay. You give out your exclusivity if you want to do that. So why is this under the impression that, okay, I approach this girl, therefore I immediately get into a relationship with this girl, and therefore, because of her XYZ issues that she has, I would never approach. It's like, dude, why is your framework for every woman you interact with in your entire life? Your framework is, oh, I need to get a relationship and marry and settle down with this girl. Why is that your mental model? Why is that your mental framework? Why are you putting all the agency onto the chick? Take some responsibility for your own life, for your own relationships, for your own, things that you put up with women, and just take control of your own shit, man. It's so absurd to me that guys would just like put all this choice making onto the women. It's like, no, if the chick doesn't comply with you, then next her, move on to another one. If she's great, keep her around. And these kinds of things, these kinds of issues, like, oh, like the energy the women have fornicate with other people, it's like that energy will come out from her as you interact with her more. She'll show you who she is. Stick around long enough and she'll show you, and then you can make your decisions accordingly. But this nonsense, like this armchair psychology of you just like autistically breaking down people that you're never going to meet online, just tells me that you don't know what you're talking about. All right, moving on here. Alex, our good friend, comes in. Dorks like you make it so difficult. And again, there's going to be a lot of trolling going on in here and making fun of stuff. Nah, go wife up and use toes. Won't get in your way, soldier. Yeah, leave your morals at the door. Yeah, Sage, super cool name. Yeah, very funny. Very funny. Oh my God. Again, like all this language, like 304s and hoes and stuff like this, it's just so weird to me. It's like, if this guy is a super duper love sage with 7,200 organic followers, none of which anyone I know is following. So obviously this guy has no influence at all. I mean, I'm not seeing anybody like any higher ups in the manosphere. Nobody is following this guy at all. Nobody knows who he is, populated with a bunch of bots, so whatever. But why, if this guy's like this super Chad alpha guy with 7,000 followers, why is he randomly hopping into random people's discussions and comment sections on Twitter, and just shitting up the entire space, whatever. Enjoy your hoes. We will enjoy our hoes. We absolutely will. We'll take them. We'll have the sex with them. We'll have the fun times and not wife them up and not waste our time with them because we take agency over our own lives. Not that difficult to understand. Again, like, what are you making all these assumptions for on here? Why say loads? It's zero or not zero. Again, this is another fucking stupid answer, but that's besides the point. We're dunking on our genius over here. There's no magical number somewhere in between. No, again, this is like the false notion that like, guys get super obsessed with like having virgin girls. It's like, dude, like virgins are overrated, man. They are. Have you had one? They're an absolute nightmare most of the time. Especially as they get older, they get really awkward. There's just something off about them, especially when you get into like your late 20s and stuff. It's like, yeah, again, it's overrated, man. Take some agency over your own life. All right, we're gonna get into here the quote tweets from this. Oh. I didn't see this earlier. That's funny. That's funny. Me. Yeah. Oh, Dante. Yep. Another one of our guys. Yep. Yep. Jack. There you go as well. Yep. Here we go. Cool story, bro. Of course. It's like, again, basically just pointing out, why is this dude coming into the comment section saying this nonsense in the first place? Like, it's not important. It's not important to the discussion. He's not playing along with the game. He's just coming in here basically just dropping a giant shit in the punch bowl at the party and just walking away. It's like, leave, bro. Yeah, here we go. Like what I was mentioning earlier, how we had the 3 categories of guys. There's always a guy that's going to come in here no matter any time. It could be on Jack's account. It could be on Nuke's account. It could be on Chad's account. It could be on Ryan's account. It could be on anybody's account. When somebody says, how would you open? There's always going to be some guy that says this every single fucking time. It's without fail. There's always some guy. And Nuke is pointing that out as ever because he's a switched on guy. And he knows what he's talking about. There's always one. And again, like this is the issue with the discussion of, like, you'll see this a lot on when people talk about like IQ statistics and everything like this. It's like when you're below a certain IQ, your brain could literally not comprehend conditionals. So it's like, oh, if you do X, then Y happens. It's like, well, I didn't do X. I did Z. It's like, yeah, we know you did Z, but we're talking about X right now. Like, what if you did this? But like, no, I didn't do X. I did Z. It's like, yeah, we understand that, pal. It's just a mark of you being really, really fucking stupid and not understanding the room and not having good social skills and acuity and everything like this. And again, is one of the reasons why we're dunking on this guy is like, he's not reading the room properly. So again, like this is a conditional. None of us are ever going to meet Taylor Swift in real life. Like none of us are. None of us are going to run into a bar. None of us are actually going to see her. None of us are going to have the opportunity to do an approach. Okay. We all understand that. That comes with the territory of doing this thing. Like we get it, dude. All right. So you coming in here and saying like, I wouldn't, it's like, again, like I was saying before, like we know you're lying. And we also, like this is just showing me that you don't have the, social skills and the acuity that you should be having if you're this super modern love sage alpha bro, dude. If you can't even understand a categorical, like even if Taylor Swift isn't your type, I mean, you'll see this all the time too. Like, when we do these, like, how would you open exercises? Like, people will tweet of like over like Lizzo or something like that, like an absolutely repulsive woman or something like this. Like the project, the point of the game is not for us to say like, oh yeah, we would bang this girl, like, oh, we would marry this girl, or we would have kids with this girl. It literally just is say something crafty, say something clever. This is how you approach. That's all it is. We're not making any judgment calls here about anybody else or anything stupid like that. It's not what we're saying. Again, it's a conditional. It's a thought exercise. Shouldn't be this difficult for people to understand. Here we go here. Clear as mud. Did he have a quote tweet? No, it's just retweet. All right. Clear as mud asks, sorry, but what's retarded about not wanting to invest time into a woman who is literally famous for having more bad breakups than she's had hot dinners? Again, like I was saying earlier, why is everything that guys go to immediately thinking in their brains, relationships, marriage, kids, all these kinds of things. Why is this the very first thing that's coming into your mind? This chick has to prove herself to you for this. Like, take value over your time, take value over your energy, take value over like, agency in your own life, make the chick qualify to you. It's so weird how like guys are in this like mental space where like they have to qualify to the chick, and then the chick is just somehow never going to change after that, and they have no agency over like the chick's actions or anything like this as to what they put up with in a relationship. It's so weird. It's just such a not productive way to be viewing things here. So I will tell you what is what the issue with your statement is here, clear as mud. It's a couple, it's twofold basically. Number one, like I was saying, is like make this chick qualify to you. Like make Taylor Swift qualify to you, man. Like go up to her and be like, okay, this is what I will or will not put up with in a relationship. And she can either choose to comply with that or not. And then you can enforce a boundary saying, okay, I don't put up with this. I don't do this. You withdraw your attention. You withdraw your time. You withdraw all these kinds of things, like take value over your own time in your own relationship. Let's see here. Yeah, Sandy coming in again. Yeah, exactly. Wonder how that's going for him. And I know Sandy. He gets around. He's yeah. After this recent meetup, we had a couple conversations. Like, yes, Sandy knows what's up, man. He's kind of a sleeper. He knows what's going on. But anywho, like, yeah, that's basically just what I wanted to summarize with all you guys here. You see us going through here, talking about these game exercises, doing these very simple, quotes and everything on Twitter. Try and say something crafty, try and say something funny, try and say something shocking, either to, have the rest of the guys like laugh at it, or have the rest of us say like, oh yeah, that could be good, that couldn't be good, maybe that works, maybe that doesn't work. You're trying to say something crafty, you're trying to say something funny. You don't need to be going in here saying, oh, I wouldn't. It's like, okay, if you wouldn't, then don't comment. Like we have no time for you then. It's not important. Don't comment in here saying like, oh, we got to hold these bitches accountable and save the West. It's like, no, like just hold women accountable in your own life, man. Why are you worrying about, the cosmic women as a whole, about people you're never going to meet, that you have no power to change their decisions in any way, shape, or form because of the world that we're living in today? It's like, just put up with what you're going to put up with, man. That's it. That's all you can do. If a chick is being good to you, awesome. Keep her around. If she's being a bitch, next her, move on to another one, or use her for recreational use only. I don't care. It's not my responsibility to tell you what you should or shouldn't be doing with your own life in your relationships with women. All right. And same thing with all the rest of this stuff. Like, who is this guy to go on here and tell anybody else what they should or shouldn't be doing, with hoes or whatever in this day and age? It's not his business. So that's basically just what I wanted to sum up here with you guys. Oh yeah. It's our fornicator guy. Yeah. Of course. There's a bunch of them. Our favorite word that we love to see, online. Of course. You know. Let's see. Yeah. Haram, my boy Chad. Yes. Good guy. Good to see in the chat, my friend. Also, what an absolutely fantastic profile pic there. It's amazing. All right, let's see. Let me go through the rest of the chat here, see if there's anything I missed. Son of Haster, good to see you, dude. Let's see. Yes, it was. It was very funny, and I commented it as such. It was pretty hilarious. I regret not responding sarcastically. No, yeah. I mean, you could have. It's definitely your point. Let's see. Yeah, the purpose of dating is for marriage and family. Everything else is degenerate and pointless. Like, it's certainly not pointless. I could definitely point to you with that. And degenerate is your own term. So again, my friend, make your own choices. You don't have to partake in the world we're living in today. That's your choice. I think you should, because it's a way for you to borrow a quote from my buddy Time Stealer. It's a way for you to grind for XP. I love that quote that he uses. It's very funny, but yeah, it's a way for you to get actually better at your craft. And also like, yeah, it's fun. So go and enjoy it. Sex is easier than ever to come by now, and you really have to do basically nothing to get it. So why not take advantage of it? Go for it, man. If not, then that's fine. But don't be coming around here like complaining and whining about everybody else, saying, oh, you stole your old woman or whatever. Yeah. All right. Let's moving on here. Taylor Swift is massively overrated. Maybe so. Yeah. Good to see you, my man, of course. Let me see. Keep scrolling through here. Yes, exactly. Correct, Son of Haster. You got it. That guy's playing the get points from internet autist game, not the what's your open game. Exactly. And you'll see this all the time. Any of these comments, and I swear to God, guys, any comment from any of these guys, it could be Jax, Chad's, myself, Ryan, Wine More Please, Chesty, anybody, and you will always see that guy in the comment section saying, no, I wouldn't, or whatever. Let's see. Yeah. I was getting DMs like during the stream. Yeah, Taylor Swift found me. She sent her pictures of her nudes right into my DMs right now. She's on her way over. I got to light my scented candle and get out my favorite tools of the trade for the bedroom, and we'll have her over here and have ourselves a fine, wonderful time, of course. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Well, I mean, you might screw your love life if you hooked up with Taylor Swift, because whenever you'll be talking to women, you'll be thinking back like, yeah, that happened. I mean, yeah, it's possible. Jack Napier and I were talking about this recently. Like, it's like, yeah. It's like if you get a girl who goes out of her way to do something nice for you, like cook for you the next morning, like the morning after, it kind of like sets the bar high for the next girls that come afterwards. It's like, oh, well, if I got this energy from a previous chick and you're not doing it, Like that's definitely a problem. But again, like that's a problem for the chick. That's not a problem for you. You know, like you're getting the good things out of your life. You're getting things that you want, you know, out of your relationship, whatever that is. You know, maybe you want to have like the wife and kids thing. You know, maybe you want to have the long term relationship and stuff. But again, like this all just goes on to, you know, your boundaries, man. It's like, you know, guys in the chat here, like, don't do what I do, you know, just because I say it. You know, go out and test it. Go out and figure out what you want out of your own life, man. Like, it's not healthy for you guys to be thinking, you know, about me or anybody else, you know, like what would XYZ person do in my situation? It's like, well, we're not in your situation, dude. We're not talking to like your girl that you're talking to in your life. You are, you know, so you got to figure out what's going on with you. What do you want? What are your goals? What is your, you know, life plan here, so to speak, you know, and act accordingly. Like we can all give you tips of the trade and everything like this and what works for us. But at the end of the day, you got to take control for yourself, man. You know, none of us are going to wipe your ass in the morning and none of us are going to pick up chicks for you. You got to do it for yourself. Um, yeah, indeed. Um, let's see. Yeah, I need a third Chad to complete the Holy Trinity. Indeed, we do. You know, of course, indeed. All right, that is pretty much everything I wanted to cover here. So yeah, so guys, if you see this on Twitter, if you see any of us talking about it, try and say something crafty, or try and say something good. Try and say something you would actually say, or just make everybody else in the chat laugh. You know, that's totally fine. But don't be one of these morons, you know, coming into these sections saying, "Oh, I would never do something," because number one, we know you're lying. Well, number one, you're the lying, you're making an excuse because you're a coward, or, you know, you're just running in here trying to tell everybody else how to live their lives. And that's not like a gay, cringe, like libertarian bullshit. It's like, no, it's like, listen here, the way men work, the way our hierarchies run is you need to earn a say with me. I have no idea. I got no idea who you are. I've never heard of you before. Yeah, we've never shared a beer together. We have no experiences. We've never texted each other. This random monitored love stage guy. So what right do you have to come into my, you know, chat, basically fuck up the whole thing and tell me how to live my life when I have no idea who you are? That's it's absolutely absurd, you know. So that's all I got to say on this. Man's Hour tomorrow, guys. So come in and tune in for that. Also, an episode of Culture Warriors tomorrow, again on Jack Napier's channel, as I was mentioning. And then I'll, as always, check out the Old Glory Club. We got some big news coming soon, so watch that space for sure. But all right, thanks for coming by, guys, and we'll talk to you soon.